Alright guys, so I have started prepping to paint the car. Of course, I sanded the entire car down with 320. Of course, as I was doing that, I did go through to bare metal in a couple spots. So I did hit it with the self-etching primer. As well as when I went to sand the primer, I noticed a few low spots. I said it was pretty small low areas, so I went ahead and put some glazing putty on that. Got to come back and sand those areas. But I said that I wasn't going to do a lot of body work or prep work to the car. So I haven't done a whole lot. Like I said, just a few spots where their areas were low. I went ahead and put some glazing putty on. Now you may notice I got the car up on jack stands just because it'll help me get to the bottom of the door a little bit better. Of course, my garage isn't that big. I have a couple feet between the walls. It's probably 2.5, maybe 3 feet between the wall and the car. Now I did already sweep in here. I cleaned. You may notice that I painted this wall here. I painted this wall and the one that's kind of over here just because, as you can tell from the camera, it'll help bounce light onto the car. I don't have nearly as many shadows as I had before. Because one thing I didn't tell you guys, I actually tried to do a rattle can job on this once before. Didn't turn out well. So that's what I'm working on now. That's the start of my paint prep. All right, guys. So I think I am done prepping the car and the garage for the most part. Now I do still plan on wetting the floor completely. As you can see, I end up getting a little carried away with the primer and just fixing areas as I was sanding it or finished sanding the car. So it does look a little bit different now than it did earlier. Put this plastic sheet up on the garage, on the frame of the garage door. And I'm going to raise this up and then mount my box fan here as an exhaust vent in the middle. And plus that will allow some extra light to come in as well. And at the same time should help keep some bugs and stuff out of the garage. Now, as I said before, I'm not looking to get a professional job. I just wanted to look better than it was. I'm pretty confident in how everything's going to turn out. My only issue is if maybe I forget to clean an area and it has a chemical reaction. Like, I've gone over this thing a couple times now with a combination of wax and grease remover, soapy water, and acetone. So I've gone over it with just about everything just to make sure it was as clean as possible. Now you notice the hood doesn't look like I've done much to it because I'm not going to paint this either. So now that I'm happy with the cleanliness of the car, I'm going to go over it with a tack cloth. And then what this is going to do is help to pick up any small, like, little debris. So then after I do that, it is then time to start spraying the car. So this is what I'll be using. I actually went with Speedokote line of products. So first up, we have the sealer. So of course, sealer isn't necessary, especially if you're spraying, the same color. Bonus of sealer, in addition to hiding what's underneath it, that is actually kind of self-leveling. So as you spray this stuff, it'll help give you a smoother finish. And it's going to help create a chemical bond between the base coat, which is over here. So of course, my next step, I'm just going with a jet black. Now this stuff is a single stage paint, which means you don't have to put clear coat on it. It will come out glossy. But of course, I did go ahead and go with the clear just to add that much more gloss and shine to it. This should be a fairly forgiving setup. I'm thinking it's going to look really good. I do have my little bucket of goodies. I've been collecting this stuff for a while. You can see right off the bat we have some Harbor Freight stuff. These are just paper filters to strain the paint. There's 100 of them in here. I also have this kit over here, which is a paint mixing essentials kit. So next we have, of course, this is the famous budget Harbor Freight gun. Now I actually didn't plan on buying this, and I don't plan on even using it. But I walked in there and it was on sale for $12. So I figured, why not? I have a respirator. Of course, these things come sealed in a bag. And when you're not wearing it, you want to put it back in the bag. And down here we have a water and oil separator for our airline. And of course, all that stuff is nice, but you're not going to be painting a car without, an actual paint gun. And that is what I have in here. I found this kit online. It's got some pretty decent reviews. It's not an expensive kit, but it does come with two guns. You have a smaller, like, detail gun, a couple cups, a regulator to manage the air, some cleaning tools, some tools to use it. I'm going to take this thing apart, clean it out with some acetone, and then get everything assembled and ready to go. All right, guys, so I got everything laid out. Haven't taken apart a spray gun before. This is, of course, is a HVLP gun. That's high velocity, low pressure. But the first thing, you just twist off the cap. We can back the fluid needle all the way out. You do want to be careful because there is a spring in there. That's going to allow us to be able to pull the needle all the way out. Now we can take this piece off on the end. Just like that, that comes off. Everything is conventionally threaded. Now, even though this gun is brand new, it is always a good idea to go over the parts and clean them. And since this is the first time I'm using this gun, there's not a whole lot to do. I don't have to worry about any buildup inside of it. So now we can just reassemble it. All right, so now everything is tight. It is clean. We're really ready to start mixing some product here. So we're going to start with sealer. Of course, sealer comes in different colors. You see I went with black. It should help me cover even better when I go to paint it, which means you need less paint. So on your paint cup, you just want to find the number that says 4 to 1. So if you're just going to go to this one line, when you go to put the activator in, you're going to go to this next one that's in this second column. And as you guys saw, this stuff is actually real thick. We're going to close that back up. I think that'll actually be more than enough. Then we can open our activator. So once you add this stuff, the clock is going to be ticking, and it's going to start to dry. All right, guys, so there we have it. It is dry. Of course, I painted this last night and let it sit. And overall, I am happy with the results. This is kind of exactly what I was going for. I did have this little bastard here who decided to land in my paint job, but overall, I am really happy with the way it looks. You say it has good shine to it. Of course, it does have some orange peel, but I'm okay with that, considering, you know, this is cheap product, a $12 spray gun, and I did all of this with the same gun. It's got good reflections in it. Now, I did have this area back here. And of course, I could do the normal YouTube thing and just hide this and act like everything came out perfect. But I did have a chemical reaction here. This came from just not having this part of the panel prepped completely. So of course that sucks, guys, but that's really not that big a deal. I can just sand that down and have that area resprayed. Also didn't paint the roof either, and the reason I didn't do that is just because once it got time or came time for me to paint that, I wasn't confident that I'd be able to get a nice smooth coat on the roof because the car is actually a little bit higher than I thought it was going to be. And plan backfired a little bit. I'll have to respray the roof at another time, but again, that's not going to be a big deal. The car also doesn't have the front bumper on because I want to do that separately, and you may have noticed that I'm missing a mirror. That's because I'm replacing that with another option. So I do have a few more things I need to paint that I'll do at a later date. But overall, I'm actually happy with how the product came out. I did have some trouble initially with the sealer just because it was so thick. I do recommend that you guys dilute it even more, like with some acetone before you spray it, because it did cause me some issues when I was first getting everything started up. So that first fender actually has a little bit more orange peel in it than the rest of the car. So overall, considering this stuff came out of a $12 paint gun from Harbor Freight, I'm really happy with the result. The shine is good, and I do plan on cutting and polishing this thing at some point. But that's all I got, guys. So thank you for watching my video. If you haven't already, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I'll catch you guys later.